Ego consciousness does not know where our consciousness arises from or even how we know what we are. These things can be known intuitively, and this knowing is beyond space when we resolve our belief in personal limitations. We realize that we are a part of infinite awareness of being, with the ability to create experiences of whatever we desire with our mental and emotional expressions. In fact, that is what we are doing right now. Whether we realize it or not, this is an ability that is beyond realization. It is our essence. It is what awareness and realization come from. Our essence is the essence of creation. Because we have not known or have not been open to knowing or desiring to know these things, we have been creating our experiences randomly, without the higher guidance that is present within. Our minds and emotions have been reacting to qualities of experiences, and in the process, creating more of the same vibratory quality. We can also become virtually immortal, so we could all become immortal super beings. This is not science fiction. It is now actually possible. This means we need an open debate on what to do about this newfound God-like power that we have. At the least, I believe most of us would rather live a lot longer than we do now. And so, you have these moments where you prefer things go back to how they were, however dark, however shadowy that may have been. And we assure you, things can never go back to how they were. Your planet is already moving fully into the fifth dimension, and all of you now desiring to keep up. And doing great work energetically to help the planet and to assist humanity, and your own climb forward and upward. In order for things to flow more easily for you, we wish for you to come to a place where you are open to what is happening and not struggling against it. Again, it was the human instinct to question change and to ask, can't things just stay as they are? Because that feels safer and familiar, and it's what we know, isn't it? And we would say, yes, that is the human instinct, but it is one that you must, in a sense, embrace, send love to, reassurance to, and in a sense also, go well beyond. The resistance is there to remind you that you have been programmed in fear for eons, and many people will say, but my soul has gone beyond that. As guardians and inhabitants of planet Earth, the Pleiadians watch over us. They have been doing this for a long time to care for this planet and to help the evolution of humankind. Planet Earth is beautiful and has a special place in the cosmos. There is no other planet like it. The Pleiadians created a divine plan for planet Earth and set it in motion thousands of years ago. They did not create the plan alone. In fact, we were personally involved in the creation of this divine plan. The plan is to create a beautiful world on Earth that functions as a learning center, as ascension training ground, to see how beings who came here can consciously find their way back up to where they came from. And so, what they are offering at the moment, and have been speaking to all of you about in your sleep state, is that with the earthquakes and the floods, and the battle and other forms of conflict, the mass shootings, you are going to feel at times as if you have been left behind, and as if the world is getting worse. They wish to assure you that they fully expected the old figures of authority, false authority, would be throwing out great resistance, not only to people waking up, but to the energies themselves coming into the earth now. In order to resist that, what they decided to do at one point was to provoke as much anxiety, upset, disruption, and of course, outright fear and rage as possible. To provoke that, in part, in the animal species, but particularly in humanity, and the reason for that, of course, is that their old web of dark deceit and intent has long depended on human response, a low vibrational human response, in order to keep running. They thought perhaps as well that they could separate a few people from their bodies, as many as possible. Recently, many starseeds have said that time has gone crazy and that they feel they have landed on an alien planet. Many who've lived in the same place for years say that since the 4th of July something has changed in the place where they live, that it is not the same place anymore. Many have also noticed a different behavior in people around them. If you have noticed things are breaking down and not functioning properly, you are certainly not alone. Many starseeds have had difficulty adapting and coming into balance on this new collective timeline. Therefore, here are our tips on how we can ease the transition. To begin with, know that this change was the goal realized by the light workers on Earth. The main goal of our mission on Earth is to create a better timeline here by raising the consciousness of humankind. When enough people contribute by raising their level of consciousness, the end result is a successful expansion of the collective consciousness that will change the whole world in a positive way. This is exactly what has happened. Many more positive effects will follow during the coming days and weeks. Of course, the strong light coming from the light forces to the Earth has contributed greatly to initiating this global change. You are to awaken into the joy that has always been, is, and always will be God's will for all of her divine creation. You are always present in this state of limitless joy. It just seems, while you are in form as humans, that this is not and cannot be the case, and that is because of what the illusion, the dream state, or game of separation is all about. You built it for this purpose, and it has served its purpose extremely well, but the time has arrived for its termination. Dreams and games do not and cannot last. There is always a termination point, and that point is now. In time, where you are presently experiencing life as humans in form, we have for quite a long time been telling you that the moment for termination of the illusion or game is very close, and that it will happen soon. And this has always been true. It has not been some fanciful illusory idea that we've been offering you. However, because you are experiencing life in time, and because, naturally enough, you believe in and submit yourselves to the flow of time, this moment of closeness, of soonness, seems to have lasted a very long time.